Hello there, Tyrant here, and I just finished watching episode 4 of Ryuo's out of some. Damn it, what is his name? What is his name? Anyways, I watched episode 4, so it's now. Okay, so. It's. What do I say? What do I say? So the episode kind of turned out not what I was thinking it was gonna be. So it's right after the event where I becomes his disciple finally, accepts and everything. So I was hoping we were gonna get some interesting training montages or something, her in a tournament or something, just something a little bit. But no, they kind of just threw in a new character into the mix, and it's kind of like Ai's opposite, which is really interesting, like a rival Ai because her name's Ai too, so it's gonna really bug me. Might have to use their last names like they do. But the reason I'm saying this is because so in this episode, the our Ryu, Ryosuke, if I think I remember his name. But anyways, he's asked by the head of the shogi dude. I forget what he was, but he's asked to take someone as a disciple. This granddaughter of one of the supporters, and she's pretty cocky. I like her character. She's like a more sterner version of the I we currently know. And I like how they're kind of like the opposite, and he mentions it still. Um, and so towards the end, they have a match and everything is, and he decides to kind of start teaching her. And this is what got me about this episode because this episode turned into kind of a dual episode where we're getting introduced to this brand new character and him teaching her and her watching her play. What's interesting is that we like from an outside perspective, someone who does not know shogi and just enjoys the idea of what's happening. There is this other character that one of the I think it's like the guardian, not the guardian, the one who's like looking after I while when no one else is after, like kind of her bodyguard, I would say. But anyways, she's like, "What happened?" Like during one of the matches they do in the kind of the public area, and it's really like fun to watch. Like, hey, that's me. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, I knew. I wish I knew what was happening, but you get this. We get back to our I too a little bit with her and her friends and everything, and them practicing stuff like that. There is like a very adorable scene with Charlotte, yeah, Charlotte. I think that's the most cringy but most adorable scene ever. I like the way they designed that character. She's just that little cute girl, who could probably in the future beat us all at whatever game she is. Uh, but it's really funny because I was trying to figure out because it's that scene, even though it's so cringy and funny, you can really she Charlotte asked the Rio I gotta remember his name, but anyways, asked him to be asked her to if she could be his disciple, and he's like really focused on I and trying to make her a extremely good player. And he was gonna say no. He told her no, but he knew it that he had to say something so he wouldn't hurt her spirit and kind of ruined her. So I was like, oh, what is he gonna say? And he figured it out. I'm like, oh, okay, let's find this out. And then it turned out cringy. It was so funny, but it didn't have me like laughing and oh my god. But it was like a fun scene and yeah. But what what got me here was kind of the climax at the end. Now, there is one thing I want to note is that while the new eye, there was a match happening with this like very interesting person. When they were trying to figure out this leopard person, they were playing a match with in the like in the local areas. They were playing matches there, and she kind of had to play with people. And there's this leopard person who was like reasonably good. And what was funny is that both Rio and the assistant were trying to figure out. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Like, yes, I know, right? Like, that's what's getting me. I'm like, like, really? And we later learned at the end during her match that it's a woman, and like, oh my god, and that kind of shocks everyone. Kind of, it's a mental game at that point. But that was interesting. Now here's what I mean by the. Let's kind of finish up with the climax. So, Ryuo has been going on the weekends to go teach her and stuff like that. While RI, he's been spending most of her time just training, and getting her to practice and stuff like that during the weekdays. And the weekends are the new I has been getting, So I don't know how long it's been. Probably probably a month. We're gonna say a month. Let's just say a month. So, by this point, the new I, when we first met her, she was like very cocky, very like in your face and stuff. But now she's kind of grown to appreciate Ryuo for his skill and what he's trying to do for her. To then at the end at the end of this episode, where they're at this like local area, and I was hoping we were gonna get a crossover when our I meets the new I, and that's gonna be annoying to say, but when they finally met each other, and it's at this one location, so it's next week's episode is gonna be very interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know what to say because the episode itself wasn't that bad. It just felt weird coming from last week's episode, just straight from finally get accepted to a new character added, like literally a new challenger added. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see till we see the match of our lifetime, or maybe finale. I don't know. So yeah, so thanks again for watching. Until next time.